Hello, sixth graders. Today we have a little more scientific notation. We're going to use a calculator again. We're going to work through a little scientific notation using a calculator. This first problem, we're going to write the following numbers in scientific notation. Well, we have to make sure that we get to 3, 6. So we're taking a look here. We're going to try and get to a 3 and a 6. So the decimal is right here. So how many spots do we have to move it? 1, 2, 3 spots times 10 to the negative 3. That is how you would write that number out in scientific notation. Take a look at the next problem. We're at a 7. Well, how many spots do we have to move this decimal to get to that spot? 1, 2, 3, 4 times 10 to the negative 4. I guess we could work it the other way too. 1, 2, 3, 4 to get to 7 times 10 to the negative 4. Here's another one. We're at 80,000. So the decimal is right here. So we're trying to get to 8, which is right there. How many spots? 1, 2, 3, 4 times 10 to the 4th would be 80,000. Let's move to the next one. Write the following numbers in scientific notes. So what does 600,000 actually look like? That's what it actually looks like. Okay. We're starting the decimal here. We're trying to get to the 6. How many spots are we going? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 10 to the 5th power. That gets us to the scientific notation. Moving on, write the following numbers in standard notation. So that means we're going to write these out. So I've got a 5, and I'm going to move it 4 zeros. 50,000. I have a 4.73, but I have a positive 9, so move this decimal 9 spots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Fill these with zeros. Decimals right there. So here's my new number. Double check to make sure I have 9 spots that go to this spot right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Put my commas in. Looking at 4,730,000,000. Move on to the next problem. Once again, I have 4.81. I have a positive number here, so I'm going to move this 7 spots to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. New decimal goes here. Fill my zeros in. Write my number up top. I got 481, and I've got 5 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just like that. 8.04. I have a negative 2 here, so I'm moving it this way 2 spots. 1, 2. New decimal goes here. 0.0804. There's my answer. Now I'm going to write the next 2 numbers that are in each pattern. So if I have 10 to the negative 1, 0.1. 1 to the negative 2, 0.01. So I'm going to have 10 to the negative 3, 0.00. Next column. Write the next 2 numbers in each pattern. So it looks like I have 2 spots, 3 spots, 4 spots. I'm going to have 5 spots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have to have 6 spots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Easy. Write each answer in scientific notation. So how would I solve these problems? I'm going to go with my blue. 4 to 10 to the 3rd power would be 4. I have 3 zeros, so I'm at 4,000 minus 1 and 2 zeros. 4,000 minus, this is a 0, minus 100 would give me 4,900. Well, I apologize. 3,000. I'm not adding. It'd be 3,900. So how would I write that in scientific notation? Well, I would have to put 3.9. Then how many numbers are after the decimal? 3. 3.9 times 10 to the 3rd power. Moving on. 10 to the 3rd power gives me 1,000. And subtract it from 2 to the 10th power would be 2 times 10, which is 20. So by doing that, I have equals 980. Well, if I want this in scientific notation, to put a decimal there, how many numbers are after the decimal 2? So it's 9.8 times 10 to the 2nd power. Let's take a look at this next problem here. 5 to 10 to the negative 1 power, so that means I have a 5. The decimal's here, so I'm going to have to move the decimal here, so I'm at 0.5 plus 0.02. If I add these up, I get 0.52. What would that look like for an answer? Well, I have to move my decimal to this spot right here, which means I move my decimal one spot to the negative, so it's 5.2 times 10 to the negative 1. Next problem. 7 times 10 to the 4th power, so the 7, I have 4 zeros, so I'm at 70,000, minus 1 with 3 zeros, minus 1,000. That means I'm at 69,000. I'm at 69,000, I'd write this as 6.9. If I put the decimal there, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers after the decimal. So I do times 10 to the 4th power. My answer is 6.9 times 10 to the 4th power. Let's keep rolling along. Now we're going to do some calculator practice. You're going to have a chance to do this. When you type in 5 million to the 2nd power, this is what your calculator will display. It'll display 2.5. Get my notes here. It'll display 2.5 times 10 to the 13th power, which means scientific notation is 2.5 times 10 to the 13th power. And how would you write that? You'd write that as 2, and then your decimal over here would be 5. We got these 13 spots over. The 5 counts as 1, then you have, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Come back through, get your commas in here. So we're at 25 trillion, thousands, millions, billions, trillions. Okay. This next problem, if you do 90 to the 4th power minus 300 to the 2nd power, you get an answer of 6, 5, 5, 2, 0, 0, 0, 0. How are you going to write that in scientific notation? It's 6.552, right? You take these first numbers, and you count how many numbers are after this 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's times 10 to the 7th power. What is that answer when you work it all out? That answer is the same number you started with, which is 65,000. 65 million, I apologize. 520,000. This next one is 8,900. This one's pretty easy. Here, let's do 8.9. This spots 1, 2, 3 times 10 to the 3rd power. Your answer ends up as 8,000. This next one here, when you write it out, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Be 1 to the 10th to the 8th power. And here's your answer. Okay. Which is 100 million. Last one, you get 625. That'd be written as 6.25. You have 2 numbers as a decimal times 10 to the 2nd power. Answer is 625. We get some calculator practice today. Just keep in mind when you're using your calculator, if you're getting some bogus numbers, make sure that you're actually putting that exponent symbol in there. That makes a huge difference. Hopefully this helps. Good luck with scientific notation with your calculator today.